So next one is going to be a little film called Predator Badlands, and this film is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who's done the previous two Predator films, Prey and Killer of Killers. Um, so in this film, cast out from its clan, an alien hunter and an unlikely ally embark on a treacherous journey in search of the ultimate adversary. And this film has a really small cast. This film stars Elle Fanning as Thea, who's going to be our unlikely companion. We've also got Demetrius Koloamatangi. I'm gonna just stick with that. And he's going to play our predator in this film. We've also got Mike Homick, who plays his brother Qui, and we've also got a voice actor, Rohingya Nayaran, who's playing another character in this film called Bud. I kind of wish they said his name like that as a throwback to Rudy on the Cosby Show,
Yeah, yeah.
Bud. But yeah, man. So what do you think about this story, man, that they got put together for this film?
I loved it. I'm kind of glad that we got away from like regular humans in this. We
Hmm.
really don't know the time period in it, that this is set in, but it might be far future. It might be, during
I think they confirmed that it is future, like ahead
yeah,
of
far
everything,
future.
because they
Okay.
didn't want to run into continuity
Continuity
issues.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
overwriting some of the stuff that's going on with like the Alien Earth series and the other
Well,
Predator
Alien Earth, all
films.
that happens before the first Alien.
Hmm.
That's, you can't go there at all, especially some of the stuff that Will and Yutani was doing. Yeah, but I really enjoyed this film. Had a lot of fun with it. Elle Fanning's good. The guy that plays I can't Demetrius, whatever his last name is, that plays Deck.
Hmm.
Really enjoyed that character. It's kind of interesting, just how this is all pretty much all subtitles because you don't see they didn't try to make the predator talk English or anything, but with his mouth and everything, that would probably be insane to like listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But
Yeah, that's one of the things that pissed me off about the Predator. When they had that one moment where they translated the Predator's language to English, I was like, "Oh my God, what are we doing?"
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go
But
ahead.
I overall had a lot of fun with this. A lot of new, we see a bunch of new creatures and stuff, and we kind of get to know a little bit about the alien, about the predator culture. What do they call themselves?
Yautja.
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 Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's coming
kind
from
of.
the comic books. That's the first place that I saw that. So it's cool to
Okay.
see them, keeping that and lore. I think this feels like an extension of the comic book. So I know a lot of people haven't read any of those, but those got really in depth and were showing us aspects of the predator culture. And this story kind of encapsulates that. This is definitely a predator film. Everyone's been asking, we want the predator to win. We want the predator point of view. I'd argue that they always win every time they kill somebody. That's a
Yeah,
small
yeah,
victory for a predator. So they win about 95% of the times in the
yeah.
movies, if you're paying attention. But to specifically have this story connected to their culture, like you said, this young predator is a predator that's trying to earn his stripes, earn its cloak. So apparently you've got to go through ritual rites, prove yourself worthy of, wearing that cloak, whether it's maybe battle, sparring, or go out in the field and do a successful hunt, bring down an adversary and bring that back. And the interesting dynamic in this thing too is like you see kind of how I think on a higher level somehow the first Predator film was kind of a takedown of toxic masculinity,
Hmm.
in a way showing that you could be this badass group of the baddest guys on earth and there's something out there worse than you. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
in a way this Predator culture is kind of built to
Yeah,
that
same.
same macho chismo kind of stuff because apparently because Deck is so small, he's kind of a runt and you can see the size comparison compared to his brother. Like there's that shot where he's standing next to his brother when their dad rolls up, and I was like, yeah, man, Dak is a small guy compared
Yeah,
to
yeah.
everyone else is like 7 footers. He might be 6 foot. But even that and he's got to prove himself amongst this culture that praises strength and power and brutality, and it's crazy. Like I ain't gonna spoil that setup, but I thought that was a really powerful scene. And that's where at first when I saw that trailer, I was kind of disheartened that the face was going to be CGI, but I understand it now. Especially like you said, we're getting these guys speaking in their language, and the way he was emoting, dude, when he was sitting there tied up, when the stuff was going on with his brother, I was like, yo,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt that, man. That felt really emotional. And it sets this film off, and he ends up on this planet trying to find this legendary beast that apparently none of the other predators have been able to destroy. And then in the course of that, he runs into this wilding Utani android. So not only do we get Predator lore expansion, we've also get a little bit of alien lore expansion. You find out that Wilding Utani at this time has been sending crews out that are nothing but androids, so which is a change from what we've seen in past films. It seems like they always have human crews with some synthetics mixed in, but to know that there's which totally makes sense too. It's like, all right, we don't need to have so much life support. We don't have to worry about cryo sleep. You know what I'm saying? Just hook
But
these
really,
guys
that
up
kind
to a
of makes you
charger.
question. Well, really, that makes you question how far in the future they are and how many
Mhm.
humans are left.
Yeah, that could be a thing too. So yeah, that could be a thing too. Because there's some of these stories. I think at one point I'm reading one of the books. I don't know how much of this stuff is going to be canon reflected in the films, but there was like a Predator book where the whole Earth got overswarmed by aliens. Not a Predator book, but an alien book. And I'm like,
Okay.
how did we come back from that when you've got
Yeah, yeah.
aliens in the ocean like that are whales, like they've even infected fish and dolphins and stuff. So yeah, so it's wild, man. But yeah, we don't know, and that's what makes it exciting to me. Is just like where can they go next? And by the time you finish this film, you're just waiting for what are we going to get into next,
Yeah,
man. And I think also a thing that stands out to me is the set design, the production. Excuse me, the graphics. Like it's a lot of CG backgrounds and stuff, but man, this stuff looks beautiful, dude.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I haven't seen nothing look this good since like Pandora. There was moments I felt like I was looking at a Frazetta painting, man. Just the background work, and I'm just like the detail. And this planet is alive. It's full of life, and it's a very hostile planet. A lot of like he's looking for this creature that's crazy, but everything else is almost killing him. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's exciting work, man. The people seeing people not liking it. I guess they wanted we needed more killing. And I'm like, dude, there was a lot of killing in this. I mean, it wasn't
There's a
humans
lot of
getting
killing
killed,
in it.
but it was a lot of killing. And I'm surprised at what they were able to pull off with PG-13. I'm talking about limb dismemberment, beheadings
Well,
with
the thing is, when
PG-13.
you're dealing with androids, it's a whole different thing than dealing with
Android,
a
but them
person.
predators I seen a dude beheading, like I said,
Yeah,
an arm
yeah,
got chopped off, but it's cool if it's green blood. which
yeah,
is
yeah.
crazy to me. Like, and there was also just a bunch of other little gory details. So for them to pull that off, like even when we're looking at the synthetics and the when they're getting repaired, they're like, yo, that looks a little gnarly, man. It's I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's android guts, but them some guts. Yeah. This was a pleasant surprise, man. This is probably one of the strongest offerings, man. This feels like a film that should have came out in the summer, dude. Like you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
probably smart to drop it here now because there's nothing else around it. And I think it might have actually. I gotta look at the numbers. It might have actually beat what's the name in the second week? What's that film? Running Man. So like
But Wonder Man had only had 1 week. Yeah, but
yeah, but
this still made.
but this
Yeah, this
has
was
been
still
out for a
number one
while
film.
and it
Yeah,
already got like it beat it in a weekend that you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I think it still beat. Yeah, Running
Yeah,
Man.
so right now I think this is the dailies. What's the weekly? Last week, yeah, in the top boom. Yeah, dude, they let's see. Week data as of yeah, I gotta look it
No,
up. But
that's now you see me got more money this week, and then it
I
was
think
Running Man, and then it's this. If I'm right.
oh, okay. All right, bet. Yeah, so but yeah, that was crazy too. Now you see me coming out on top. That's wild, bro. Because I definitely was not going to see that, man. But apparently a lot of people, had a good time with
I'm gonna
that.
probably rent that when that comes out. But the from the first to the second film, that second film's horrible to me.
Hmm.
I didn't care for that second film at all.
Hold up, so this is the third one?
Yeah,
Wow, I didn't know they had this. I thought this was the second one.
that
Damn.
second one was just that bad.
That's crazy that this got another one, man. But I mean, you make money, man. They'll give you another shot. But Badlands was badass, bro. Like I've seen it 3 times now, bro. Three
Okay.
times I went to this movie to see this thing, and I enjoyed every bit of it. And I'm seeing the hate that's out there, but I feel like I don't listen to those people because most of those people are professional. What are they,
Complainers.
reaction people? They just make rage bait. You know what I'm saying? So whatever's popular, they just gonna come with the opposite opinion,
Yeah, yeah.
and and try to dunk on it. But there's nothing wrong with this film, man. And the fact that it is PG-13, I think that was smart because it just makes this franchise a lot more accessible to a lot more people. And I think it's going to pay off in the long run, man. Like this stuff, the foundation that this stuff is laying between Prey, Killer of Killers, and this, like, yo, the sky's the limit. Possibilities are endless. I think give Trachtenberg whatever he wants. I feel like eventually it's going to get too much and he's going to have to give other people shots. But I think this could be a franchise where if you keep him working on the story beats and just give young and hungry directors a shot at, making whatever he comes up with, eventually. Because I don't think he could do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's just a lot to have in the air at the same time. And this, he single-handedly just injected the life back into this thing, man. And I'm excited for
Yeah,
it, dude.
I
Hmm.
always think about that. I always think about the Predator that Shane Black had directed and how that ended. I love that movie. I liked that movie a lot until the very end of it. You know,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't like that movie at all.
you didn't.
I think they treating that film as not canon. I don't know if anything in that thing is going to cover come back. Except, I mean, we did get that big predator body from the Killer, so maybe that's stuck around. But I don't think they're going nowhere with that other stuff. I bet you ain't nobody out there got no alien Iron Man armor, no predator Iron
Yeah,
Man
that's the part
armor.
I hated about that film at the end. I just thought that was fucking horrible.
Yo, they gonna throw that out. We ain't, yo, that ain't happened, dog. We not. Yeah, man. But yeah, really great film, man. Really exciting times, man. Yeah, I'll be there for whatever else they got next, man. And it's interesting because he said he has been trying to get Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover back involved for another film, and I think they'll probably be more likely either they're going to be
Animated,
doing
yeah.
old man cameos, which I would appreciate too. I don't see them fighters, but I could definitely. It would be so awesome if
That'll
they're
have to
out.
be that'll have to be animated because I don't see
Now
Danny
I'm
Glover.
saying this too though, like if they just had them like, yo, maybe one of these characters needs some advice, like, yo, how do I deal with this? And it goes and meets with them, and they're old, and they're just sitting there with a cigar, like, yeah,
Yeah, but
like that would be
if
cool.
you see how Killers ended, they were
Or
frozen.
Killer of Killers, they do
Yeah,
some
they
voice
might have been
work.
frozen. So
Yeah,
I don't see old ass Danny Glover
give him
showing
some.
up.
No, that would be perfect. Imagine they knock on his door and he knows what it's about. I was like, damn it, I'm too old for this shit.
No,
That's the
they'll
first
have
thing
to
that he said.
unfreeze them because all of them were frozen. That's what I'm saying.
But we don't. Yeah, they are. Damn, we.
All of them are frozen, so it's no going to his door. They have to
Yeah,
wake him up, and it'll have to be
yeah,
animated because he's
yeah. It's interesting because that time stuff. It allows them to play around with that shit a little bit, man. I don't like. We at least know that Schwarzenegger and Glover were frozen probably not too long after those two films.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But those other characters, there's a range of periods with them. So there's some interesting shit going on with that too, man. Because like especially the Viking, like she had to be on ice for a while to interact with the World War II pilot. Whenever they decided to throw them into the games. But yeah, man, it's exciting stuff, man. Like that guy,
Well,
he's got a fun job right now. I'll definitely envy him right now,
the
being a
whole crew
creator.
from Predators, they were from like different eras or whatever. I don't think they had,
Hmm.
you know,
Did anybody get out of that? I think the woman got out of that. She got on the ship, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it might be her. I don't think Brody made it though, did he?
No,
I don't think.
I don't think
I gotta watch that
that
again.
yeah, that was a yeah,
I don't think I like that movie too, though, man. I like, when Brody ripped out the shirt, it reminded me of the janitor on The Simpsons.
nah,
I was like, yo, where'd you get these muscles from, Brody, man? Yeah, man. It's it's
you
it's
say
just good
Grub
stuff,
couldn't
man.
keep a Willie.
It's, it's just good stuff though. Like, oh, it's exciting just even thinking about what they're doing. Also, if you want to go check this out, I think it's a one shot. So there's a book that Marvel put out that's supposed to be a prequel and give you more background with Deck and his brother. What happened right before that? This movie kicks off. So it's called Predator Badlands itself. So if you want to go check that out, it's out there. It's available. But yeah, man, definitely check out Badlands, man. Yeah, like I said, man, one of the best things that came out this year. It did not disappoint for me at all, man. It hits the ground running, really big action. You know what I'm saying? Really great acting, really great special effects, and it's awesome.